It all started with a simple invitation. A group of college friends had been scrolling through social media when they noticed a post from someone none of them remembered meeting, a local party in a secluded part of town. The message was casual, almost too inviting. Come tonight. You're all invited. No phones, no distractions, just the experience. At first, they laughed it off. A party with strangers in the middle of nowhere sounded sketchy. But curiosity and the subtle thrill of breaking the ordinary won. By midnight, they piled into a few cars and followed the vague directions. The neighborhood disappeared into winding back streets, then into a dimly lit path lined with trees that seemed to lean closer as they drove. Finally, they reached it. A large old mansion sat at the end of the road, its windows dark but alive with faint flickers of candlelight. Music floated out, soft at first, almost hypnotic, then louder as they approached. Laughter echoed, warm and inviting. When they stepped inside, the air changed. Warmth gave way to a chill that crawled under their skin. The crowd was enormous, faces glowing with candlelight. But there was something off. Most of the guests weren't talking, just standing, moving slowly, almost like they were waiting. At first, they shrugged it off. Maybe it was just the mood of the party. They tried to mingle, drink in hand, laughing to mask the unease. But as the night went on, they began to notice gaps. One of them would step away to grab a drink and return to find their friend missing. Another would glance across the room only to see someone vanish before their eyes. Questions started quietly. Where did she go? Has anyone seen Mike? The laughter and music continued as if nothing was wrong. But the friends' panic grew. People were disappearing in plain sight, slipping through the crowd like smoke. By 2 a.m., they realized something horrifying. They were alone. The crowd they had arrived with, other partygoers, familiar faces, were gone. Every attempt to leave was met with empty hallways, doors that led to more hallways, mirrors reflecting rooms they had never entered. The mansion seemed to stretch, corridors twisting unnaturally as if it had a life of its own. They tried calling for help, but their phones didn't work. No signal, no lights, nothing. The music continued faintly, now distorted, echoing unnaturally from walls that shouldn't exist. Shadows moved at the edge of their vision, and the laughter, once warm, became a low, mocking hum. Then they saw them, the vanished guests, not gone, not dead, but changed. Their expressions were blank, eyes wide and unseeing. They moved like marionettes, circling silently, unaware of the world outside the mansion. And at the center, a figure waited, a host, tall and indistinct, with a face they couldn't quite focus on. It raised a hand, and the group froze. "Join us," the figure said, voice like wind through the trees. "You belong here now." Panic surged. The friends ran, turning corner after corner, only to arrive back at the same room.
Every exit led deeper into the mansion, corridors looping back impossibly, ceilings stretching taller than physics allowed. Doors opened to rooms that should have been empty, filled instead with the same frozen, unblinking guests. Hours, or maybe minutes, passed. Time had no meaning. The music became unbearable, a grinding drone in their skulls. One by one, their friends began to stop moving, faces blanking, eyes fixed forward. They tried shouting, screaming, struggling, but the mansion didn't care. It only fed on their fear, guiding them toward the center, toward the host, toward the inevitable. Finally, only one remained. Heart hammering, limbs trembling, the last friend stumbled into the main hall. Candlelight flickered across dozens of eyes, everyone empty, everyone waiting. The host stood before them, calm, patient. "You can leave," the host said softly, "but only if you choose to forget." The friend hesitated, desperate, panic brimming in their chest. "Forget what?" "Everything," the host whispered. "Or stay and become part of the night." The friend ran, screaming, the hallways twisting into an impossible maze. Then, suddenly, sunlight, a door, opened to the outside world. They burst into the street, gasping, alone, heartbeat deafening in the quiet morning. Behind them, the mansion was gone. They returned later with authorities, friends, anyone who would listen. But there was no trace of the mansion, no signs anyone had been there. Just a street lined with ordinary houses, normal, quiet. The friends who vanished, never seen again. And sometimes at night, they hear it. The music, faint, drifting from nowhere,
carrying soft laughter that chills the blood. This story spread quickly online, a warning whispered among strangers. If someone invites you to a party in the dead of night, would you go? And yet, there's a comfort in knowing we don't have to fear what lurks in the shadows. Luke 10:19 says, "Behold, I give you authority to tread on serpents and scorpions, and over all the power of the enemy, and nothing shall hurt you." So, as terrifying as it seems, remember this: fear is only powerful if you let it be. The night can call, the shadows can reach, but the light and the authority we hold is stronger. Would you dare attend a party where everyone disappears? Or would you walk away, leaving the music and the mansion behind forever?